We can simply categorize our cycles into just three categories, like every other Indians. The first one is the kind of vintage, which is one of the most used cycles in India and is also known as Bangla or Budhau cycle.
हम इसके बारे में बात नहीं करेंगे। दूसरे नंबर पे है रेंजर साइकिल। दिस वन इज़ मोस्टली फेमस अमंग द चिल्ड्रंस एंड द यंगस्टर। दीज आर नॉन गियर्ड साइकिल्स एंड हम आज इसकी भी बात नहीं करेंगे। सो द लास्ट वन इज़ गियर साइकिल ऑफ विच हम लोग बात करने जा रहे हैं।
So, today I'm Suraj from Indian Cycle Messengers and today I will be helping you in buying a new bike. मैं उन चीज़ों के बारे में बात करूँगा जो आपको मस्ट एक साइकिल खरीदते हुए देखना चाहिए. So, let's start.
Let's start with something related to the gear as it's a gear cycle. The thing you must be looking for at the very first is the rear derailleur hanger. It must have a removable rear derailleur hanger. They are designed in such a way that it gets broke every time when something really hard hits your rear derailleur. By doing so, it protects your frame as well as your expensive derailleur. Never go for a bike which is having this derailleur hanger fixed in its frame. If that part gets broke, your whole frame is now a garbage. Normally, these hangers are not so expensive, at least not as expensive as your frame will cost you. So, that's the first thing you will be must looking while purchasing your cycle. The next thing you must look for is the stump or say neck, or also you can say the whole cockpit. Don't go for a bike with the stem something like this one. These are kind of really very old fashioned and is really very difficult to upgrade. Always go for a bike with the stems something like this. These are universals. These are very easy to upgrade and adjust. This makes your bike kind of look more expensive than they actually are. The third thing you must be looking for is now a quick release. This one is specially required if you want to go for a long rides on your cycle and also if you want to repair your bike by yourself like I do. It's really a mess having nuts. So avoid nuts and have quick release. The next thing are the disc brakes. If you are going for a mountain bike, then disc brakes are the must. You must be having a disc brakes. The brakes, so called the power brakes, are not at all reliable. The disc brakes are more reliable, stylish, and also it's very easily upgradable. A mountain bike without a disc brake is like a man with only one leg. Bad example, but I think I have made you understand what I'm trying to say. The next thing is the size of your cycle. It must be comfortable with your height. There must be a description provided with your cycle while purchasing. How could you ride a bike that doesn't even fits you? Just don't go for a bike which doesn't provide you the size description. How could you trust a brand which doesn't even provide you the size description? That means that it doesn't care whether the bike fits you or not. While selecting the size of the frame or say your whole cycle, you should be able to place your leg flat on the ground like this one. If you are having something like this, then that simply means that bike is not of your size. The next thing you should be looking for is the suspension. Don't go for double suspension until and unless you have a budget around 1.5 lakh or so. Cheap suspension bike like this are just for fun for more like 1 month or two and then they start sucking. So always go for a hardtail. Hardtail are real fun and fast and also the best for the beginners. So these were the at least things you must be looking for. Now we're gonna look for some minor things which are also should be take care of while purchasing a new cycle. The first thing here is the weight of your cycle. Just lift your bike by yourself and analyze its weight. Then go for the lightest you could feel. The lighter the bike is, the better it would be. After this, look for the pedals. Pedals of such kind are just plastics and just don't last long. Go for steel or alloy pedals. They may be a bit costly, but trust me, it's worth it. They just really durable and last really very long, even after very heavy impact. The next thing is checking your fork. The fork is the only and the most important suspension of a hardtail, so look for a better one. Suspension forks are the most expensive part of your bike. You can get it better only if you can pay much better. There are many more minor things which you can look for and should look for, like quality and material of your frame, rim, tire, mudguards, etc. Mudguards look a little childish and are really mess. So don't go for the mudguards if you wanna really look like a pro. So these were the things you must be looking for while buying a new cycle. These were only applicable if your budget is at least 10,000 rupees, or else you have to compromise. I hope this video was helpful for you in deciding which cycles to go for. Let me know in the comment box below which bike did you decided after taking all these things into the consideration. We will discuss everything else in the comment box below. Until that, thanks for watching and see you next time.